Another day, another ride. Hello dear viewer. Camping Park Arpati has a limited number of grass pitches for smaller tents. The other pitches have a gravel section with a grassy area next to it. It certainly has better restroom facilities than I've seen at many campsites in the Balkans. Some people online don't like it that the showers are screened off with a curtain instead of a door. But we're all men or women. The campsite is closed off with a sturdy gate between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m., so you don't have to worry about your safety. If you do want to enter or leave the campsite between these times, you can request a key, for which you will need to pay a deposit. There's a small restaurant at the campsite, where you can get drinks and food from a limited menu. I used the latter and have to say that the portions are on the small side, especially considering the price. I had Hungarian goulash with dumplings. The dish consisted of a few pieces of meat and red onion, some sauce and 4 small slices of bread. It was just enough to stop the worst of my stomach's groaning. I found a website that lists some beautiful places in Slovakia. Based on this, I created a route for today, but given its length and the fact that I want to visit the castle along the way, I'm not sure I can make it all the way. On the route, I soon came across a winding road through the hills. Unfortunately, I got stuck behind a van, which was driving at a very leisurely pace uphill. After a failed overtaking maneuver, I decided to stay behind it, but filming the back of a van doesn't exactly produce the best footage. But Slovakia is a beautiful country. You pass through wonderful towns with buildings that are more than worth seeing, and the scenery is magnificent. The roads are also of good quality, making for a very nice ride. Walking around Trencin, after enjoying coffee and a delicious pastry, was pleasant but tiring. Certainly because it was warm today, especially with my motorcycle gear on. So I decided I'd had enough for the day and looked for a campsite, which I thought was further along my route. However, I turned out to be riding back in the direction I had come. Fortunately, I quickly realized this and found a different campsite. That was only about an hour and a half away, so I arrived relatively late and booked 2 nights.